What's up, boys and girls, Dynarex here, and welcome back to another brand new video. Today we continue our Formula 1 journey with round number 11, the Belgium Grand Prix. So if you haven't checked out the last episode, please go check that out. It wasn't the greatest of races. Just like in Monaco, we had to retire because we were way too slow, and at that point there was literally nothing else to do other than just retire because we were just hanging around in the back with only one car behind us, which would have overtaken us no matter what. So, well, it wasn't just a bad race for us. It was a bad race for literally every single championship contender, other than Max Verstappen, who is the current championship leader, because he came across the line from P11 to P2, and yeah. So. At least Ferrari was not on the podium, which was one saving grace that we had. But McLaren won the second race. Lando Norris won his second race. The first one he won in Monaco. Now he wins in Hungary. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's continue and let's skip forward straight into qualifying then.
We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
As we go on to Q1, the first lap we have to do. So one thing to say, this is a sprint weekend. As Logan Sargent tries to overtake us when we are almost going on a fast lap. What was he doing there? I don't know. But yeah, so like I was saying, this is a sprint weekend, and thankfully I did remember to change the engine, so we're not gonna have another Austrian Grand Prix. But yeah, as we finish the lap, as we come around to the bus stop chicane, it wasn't the best of the laps, but you know that's what I like. I like the laps to the initial lap to be slower on purpose. So yeah, we do a 46.3, but as Leclerc goes 45.1, 45.2, already a second faster. So as we start our second lap, then we are P14. We will currently be safe, but I'm going out because, well, the weather reports have come in, and it's going to be a wet race. So I've set up this car for a wet race. So this setup is not for a dry setup. So this is like we have to go for a clean lap. We have to do something as we get a purple sector 2. That is our strongest sector. That is going to be our strongest sector today. As we go down to the bus stop chicane, all the deployment has been used. 8/10 gained. And can we get anything out of this car on this lap? We are gonna go P5. So hopefully we're gonna be through now, as 4 minutes still left to go. But yeah, we had to use 2 new sets, so we're just gonna sit in the garage as literally everybody is out other than us. And well, Gasly, our teammate, leading the charge. But hopefully we can do something as we are through, and we go to Q2's first lap then. So let's see what we can do in Q2 then. No cars in front or around us at all. Let's see if we can do something as the one car comes around the pit exit, but we get around it super fast. And as we come around to the end of the lap, let's see if we can do. Let's see what this lap is going to be like. It's 6/10 slower than Lando Norris. I do have to say this is not a fresh set of tires, so at least that's something as our back end steps out. Thankfully, it's a cool down lap as we start our second flying lap. Then let's see what we can do in the second flying lap. Because this is a fresh set of tires as we make a lockup down into turn 1. Let's see if we can do anything, as we are already losing time. But coming around around the end of sector 2, we already gained 8/10. This is crazy. This is what a new set of tire can do for you. As 4 minutes left to go. Purple sector 1, 9/10 gain. Let's see what is gonna be around the end of the lap. A whole second gain around the bus stop chicane. 1.3 seconds gain, 1.4 seconds gain, maybe 1.5 even. But we go fastest in Q2, and we're just gonna hopefully stay fastest because, well, there's also supposed to be rain coming around somewhere, but you can see that we are 2 seconds quicker than the second, almost 2 seconds quicker than Carlos Sainz in sector 2. So yeah, as we're gonna just stay in the garage, because just only 4 cars got out. So yeah, our teammate also makes it through Q2 into Q3 as we start our first flying lap in Q3. Then again, not a fresh set of tires, so this is going to be slower than what we can do, but hopefully we can do something, as still no sign of rain. So let's see what we can do then as we go around the end of the around to the end of the lap. It wasn't the best set of lap, and that is what I want. That is, I purposefully done that. As we're gonna come across the line, we go P7, 5/10 slower than the pole time currently, the provisional pole time, as we hit to turn 1 barrier, the inside turn 1 barrier, as we start the second flying lap. Then let's see if we can do anything. As we can already see green delta time going down to turn 1 is already a 10th gain. So yeah, that is incredible. As we come across the end of sector 2, 1.2 seconds gained around sector 2 alone. This is a stunk of a lap. Then we are the last car on we're not the last car on circuit, but as we come across the end of the lap onto the bus stop chicane, 1.8, 1.9, 2 seconds gain. This might be enough for provisional pole position, as we do go fastest. Provisional pole. Look down at the mini map. One car. That's our teammate Gasly. Doesn't do anything. That's a Red Bull of Sergio Perez. Goes P4. That's I believe Lando Norris. Can he do anything? He goes P4. This is George Russell coming across the line. He doesn't improve. Now it is Lewis Hamilton. He goes P3. This is Leclerc. He goes P3 now. Can Piastri do anything? Can Verstappen do anything? Verstappen goes P4. We are pole position for the first time. For the first time in Formula 1. We're on pole position. We're on pole position. Well, do have to say this is Prince Pole, but for the first time in Formula 1, we have pole position. We have pole position. Oh my God, what have we just done? It's pole.
Yes, excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Grim Reaper lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Albon, Stroll, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Joe, Liam Lawson and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
So once again, then, as we go around the starting of the sprint race, there is no rain. There's no rain. So maybe our red setup has not really been the best choice at all. But yeah, so that's just it's not worked out in our favor. We just have to hope that the actual race, is going to be a wet race and we can make something of this wet setup. So yeah, as George Russell really in the driving seat then for this championship battle, the one of the 4 protagonists on the front row, the second of which in P4 Max Verstappen, the current championship leader. That is also going to be an interesting battle as we do our ceremonial ball now and line up perfectly into a grid spot. Hopefully we can do something. Hopefully there is some rain as we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's going to be it's going to be lights out and away we go. We don't get an initial great start, but in phase 2 we get a ridiculous start and we're into P1 safely into down into turn 1 and down the hill we go through to a Rouge. Then the gap up to 7 tenths, but this is crucially as we go on to the Camel Straight. This is what I'm worried about. Look at the speed that George Russell has gone. He's already side by side with us. He's already ahead of us, and Carlos Sainz also side by side with us. Can we do anything to defend from Carlos Sainz? Yes, we can. Now hopefully we can do something on George Russell, because this is the sector that we can work well at. This is the best sector we can get, and we have locked up again, and Carlos Sainz is through on us, and now we have touched Carlos Sainz, and Carlos Sainz down to P4. Then now Charles Leclerc up to P3. This is what just happened. We can't. Oh my God, that's P1 gone already. That is P1 gone. As we look at the replay, let's see what happens. So you can see we don't get an initial good getaway, and Max Verstappen doesn't get one either. But phase 2 we were really good at, so we were able to get it. But yeah, Max Verstappen falling from P4 to P6. Sergio Perez also. So 3 protagonists, P6, 7, and 8. As we see, George Russell, he just gets a great launch into the Camel Straight, and he just goes right around the outside, right around the left side of us. And yeah, that also helps out the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. And yeah, he also tries to make a move, but we shut that down quite quickly then. And then down the hill we go. We lock up, and Carlos Sainz goes down the inside. We are on the curb, and let's see what happened here. We just touch his rear wheel, and then he just has to give up the position to his teammate as we go to the. Oh my God, we have locked up again. This has not been the start that we wanted, as George Russell already gained 1.5 seconds on us as we go through a Rouge again on lap 2, as we cut a little corner as we go onto the Camel Straight. And Charles Leclerc, is he gonna go past us as well? Yes, he is. He is already past us. And then what can we do, like, really? So we just have to hope we can get past him into Sector 2, and we look at that. We're so much quicker than the Ferrari in Sector 2 then. Let's see if we can make a dive down the inside. No, we can't. Down the hill we go. Well, let's see if we can do something over here as we go back to our POV then. Can we get a great exit? Looks like we can, but no, the overspeed of the Ferrari is just too great. Even with the best engine on the grid, we can't do nothing, because this car has not been set up for a straight line circuit at all. So hopefully we can do something down over here. Can we make a move down the inside? No, we can't. And that's P2 over too. I don't think that's it. That's it. As Carlos Sainz tries to make a move on us, and we're gonna go straight back down the inside onto the bus stop chicane. Then can we hang around the outside of the final corner? We have in the process we have to go off the track a little bit, but we are gonna hang on to P3. But already the gap up to a second, and now I'm thinking we have to let Carlos Sainz by, because DRS is enabled. That might help us out if we can get DRS. But you can see already this has not been the best plan, because Carlos Sainz already gaining time on us as we go through a Rouge. We gain a little bit, but as we go to the Camel Straight, it's just over. That's a podium gone too, as Lando Norris also gets us, and Max Verstappen also gets us. I don't know what to say here, boys. I don't know what to say here. As can we do something as we switch back to our POV? We are gonna go down the inside. We get the championship leader up to P5. Can we make a dive down here? No, we can't. We can't even do anything. Hopefully we can get a good exit. If we can make something work. Back up to P4 we go. We do get a good exit, but no, the McLaren with the overspeed, we can't do anything. We just can't do anything. Hopefully we can make a move down near the end of sector 2. That will be the last opportunity that we get. And then after that we just have to give up on this P4. Even on the podium we get a good exit, and we are gonna try to look for. Oh my god, what has he done? He just brake tested us. He just goes in the middle of the track and he just brake tests us. What is he doing? What is Lando doing? Oh my god, what has just Lando done? I don't know what to say. He falls 1 second behind us now. Can Max Verstappen get a run on him? Yes, he will. He is going to go down the inside of Bonchimon. Then he goes on Lando Norris. Can he make a move? He does make a move. He is now up to P5 then. But what was Lando doing there? That just... I don't know what was Lando doing there. That just lost us the podium too. And now Max Verstappen right behind us, the Red Bull. Red Bull is quicker than Lamborghini, so I don't know what to say here, boys. 6 tenths the gap, 5 tenths the gap, 4 tenths the gap, 3 tenths the gap, 2 tenths the gap. He's already passed us. Max Verstappen is already past us. We have 0% overtake left. We have 0% ERS left. As we go into sector 2 on lap number 4, can we do anything? We have a great exit. We're gonna fake around the inside. We're gonna go around the outside. Look at that. That is a downforce coming into play. We hang it around the outside, still side by side. Yeah, we're through into P4 then. You can see we lock up slightly, but we hang it around the outside. That is what a downforce heavy car can do around this sector. Such a car, such a fun delight would this have been if we could have driven this in the wet tires. As we lock up into the bus stop chicane, as we go on to lap 5 then, Max Verstappen thinking of a move, doesn't make one. As we go around the Camel Straight again on lap number 5, is Max Verstappen going to run past us again? As the gap to the podium 3 seconds, as Max Verstappen gets us. And Lando Norris, hopefully he can't get us at all as we enter sector 2 again. But I think this is what we have to aim for. We have to aim for a P4 to do something next in the main race. As down the hill we go, we can't hang it around the outside. We can't think of a move at all around that part of the sector. We are gonna go side by side with Max Verstappen. We had to disable ERS. But oh my god, he just cuts off us into the middle part of the second sector. What was he doing? We would have had a monumental crash if we hanged it around the outside, and we might be looking for a move. We look around the outside, we go around the inside again. We touch a car around the outside of the last couple of corners. We think about going for the outside, but we go down the inside, and we are through into P4 then. Is Max Verstappen, he's going to go right past us, and oh my god, we have been hit from the back as well. Then Max Verstappen side by side by us, he goes around the outside, we hang it around the inside, we throw the car inside, contact made, and what a move that was. And can we get him? Yes, we will. We will get a warning. But what was that? We need to look at a replay as he goes around the outside of Bonchimon. Then we get hit by Lando Norris. And just look, Lando Norris also thinking about a move, and we switch it down the inside. That was a great move, and that also helps out Lewis Hamilton. He gets past one car, maybe thinking of two, Max Verstappen, and also, is he going to go past Max Verstappen? I don't think so. No, he will not. But as we go around lap 6, then now we have to do something. We have to try something. I'm just going to just weave the whole straight. We're just not gonna let past Max Verstappen at all. Then, because that is the only thing we can do. We have 0% ERS left. Lewis Hamilton goes around the outside of us. It's 3 wide momentarily, but we are gonna hang it around the outside. And thankfully, that is going to be the end of the attempts from Lando and sorry, not Lando, but Max and Hamilton on this lap. as the other Red Bull also make a move on Lando Norris. Then can he hang it around out the inside? Yes, he will. And can Lewis Hamilton hang around the inside? No, he will not. Down the hill, Max Verstappen ahead, and we're gonna do the same thing. The gap to P3, I mean P3 is already gone, but it's up to 6 seconds now. In 7 laps. This has been a disaster. We're going to do the same exact thing on lap number 7, but I don't know if this is gonna work out how we want it to work out on lap number 8. As we go onto lap number 8, Max Verstappen already side by side race is already past us, and this is the Mercedes also coming past us. And this is Sergio Perez. All the championship leader have been passing us, but we make slight contact. He loses the car momentarily, but can we make a move down the hill? No, we can't. We go down the hill now. Can we make a move on the Mercedes? I don't think so, but I think that is one of the last of the attempts we're gonna get on the Mercedes. Can we get the overspeed? We are gonna get the great exit, but it's not gonna be enough. Again, we're nowhere near side by side with the Mercedes, and we can see how much more speed we have than the Mercedes, but we can't make it work as we go around under the end of the last sector. Hopefully we can make something work around here, but I don't think so as we go around a little bit wide, and that's it. That's going to be P4. Can we get a good exit? Even if we get a good exit, the Mercedes is going to be way too quick for us, and that is just it. And yeah, that's just it. But for George Russell, he's gonna come across the line about now. He has done everything right. But he's slowing down. What is he doing? Did he just run out of fuel? Did he have an engine failure? He wins the race, but he was so slow. What happened to him? Let's hear this now. Oh my God! I think that's an engine failure. He got around the final corner. Then I think he just had an engine failure right there. You can see Leclerc so much closer. He jumped from 2 seconds to 4 tenths, but we are gonna come across the line hopefully in P6 as we lose the car, but we are gonna come across the line P6 then. That's it.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. This result then narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Well, that wraps up the sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
So not the best start that we wanted to this Grand Prix weekend. So all we can do is just go head straight back into the race. Then let's go.
Welcome then as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track's a great one for fans of pure speed, and the average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles per hour. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Verstappen, Hamilton, Grim Reaper, Perez, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Albon, Ocon, Stroll, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Tsunoda, Liam Lawson, Magnussen, Joe, and Logan Sargent. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
So it's well, we have some rain, but I mean, it looks like it's going to be starting as a dry race. So I think this has just been a really bad choice to go for a wet setup. We are actually going to reduce the front wing down to 40, so we can do at least something into the Camel Straight then, because it's overcast, so hopefully we can get the rain very soon. But it's just not. This has been a really bad decision to choose a wet setup. So yeah, as we start the formation lap, but as we come around to the end of the formation, is that rain? That is rain. That is rain on the formation lap. Oh my God, this is crazy. There's rain on the formation lap. I don't know what to say. We might we might have something here. We need to do something here right now as we do a ceremonial burnout. But we have to do something. But I mean, we just reduced the front wing, so that wasn't the best choice. We would have been quicker if but you know, it's still not gonna be raining quite as hard in the first couple of corners, first couple of laps. So we have to make the most of this. We have to do something here. We have to go to a certain amount, maybe even in the lead of the race. As we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, it's going to be lights out, and away we go. We get a great launch. We're already past one car, maybe even two with Max Verstappen, as we have to bail out because I didn't want any damage. As Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton up to P3 already then. He's already passed 1 and 2. He's already passed Carlos Sainz as well, but we are also past Max Verstappen. And now we have to just ask our engineer what the weather is like, when the rain is gonna start falling. And look at that, Max Verstappen, he's gonna try to make a move on the Camel Straight, but no, he can't do anything. He's actually going to be defending from Lando Norris, who has already passed us. Lando Norris side by side with us. But we have to make something work in the second sector. We're so close to the top 4. We have to make a dive bomb right here, right now. We are gonna make a dive bomb in not 1, but 2 cars. We're up to the podium places. We made a dive from Carlos Sainz straight to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton loses a place to Carlos Sainz as well. But we are into the podium places. Can we get Charles Leclerc relatively soon? We have to make this work. We have to get into P2 at least to make the best of this. We are so close to Charles Leclerc. We hit Charles Leclerc in the rear. We're gonna fake around the outside. We're gonna go down the inside, the same place where we made contact with Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. We are gonna make a clean move, and we are just asking for the weather condition. And look, we're actually holding our own with George Russell. We're not falling too far behind. We're actually gaining a little bit of the time on the Ferrari behind us, and we're gonna be so close onto the bus stop chicane as we go into the start and finish straight. We are so close to George Russell. We have to make a move. We get a great exit as we're gonna fake around the outside. We're gonna make a huge dive down the inside. We're gonna be through into P1. It took us 1 lap to go from P6 to P1. We're back into the lead of the race, and this is what we want. George Russell, Charles Leclerc on the medium set of tires, not the best set of tires. And now look at the track. It's getting wetter and wetter by the day. George Russell tries to come out, and George Russell has hit us again. The 3rd race in a row. A Mercedes hit us. And again, we make some contact. Sideways we go almost. And is Charles Leclerc gonna get the Mercedes as well as we go on to the replay then? Let's see what happened here. You can see we get a good exit. Max Verstappen goes straight to the right to defend against Lewis Hamilton. That doesn't work out that great, and he loses not one but two positions, as Max Verstappen is also behind us now, and Lando Norris also making a move on the other Red Bull, the other championship protagonist, and he does make a move and onto the Camel Straight. Then you can see right there Max Verstappen trying his best to make a move, but Lando Norris makes a move on him, and now it's the two Red Bulls fighting it out. Who's gonna come out ahead? Is it gonna be Sergio Perez? No, yes it is. It's Sergio Perez. So Max Verstappen falls to P8. Then, as you can see, the big dive bomb that we made, and that caused Lewis Hamilton to go out a little bit wider, and Carlos Sainz then was able to get it. As we see another dive bomb that we can see from us on Charles Leclerc. Then, as we go on to lap number 2, then you can see we fake around the outside, we go down the inside, and yeah, a great move from P6 to P1. As you can see, the rain falling harder and harder as we start lap number 3. Hopefully the rain starts falling even faster. You can see there is a dry line appearing. The DRS has been enabled, so that means that the rain is falling and falling. It has to fall even faster. You can see the rain particles, the puddles. You can see the puddles on the track a little bit. You can see as we go on through the Camel Straight, you can now see the puddles, really see the puddles, and this has been working in our favor greatly as we go into sector 2, avoiding the curbs as we into the entry of the corners, and you can see the puddles have been forming as we go into the second sector. Look at the second sector. Oh my God! And look at that. That's it, and that's a yellow flag. What has happened? Has somebody gone off? That's a Ferrari. Look at the mini map. That's the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. What happened with him? Carlos Sainz is out of the session. What happened with him? What happened with the Ferrari? As we see a replay, let's see what happened with the Ferrari. What happened with it? It's just an engine failure. Let's all laugh into Ferrari's face. Let's go. Ha 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 ha. Look at that Italian team. The second best Italian team as we come across Baltimore. Look at the gap to P2, 1.2 seconds. This has been brilliant. As we are gonna come into the pit lane. Slow and steady, boys. Slow and steady as we avoid the wall. And Lewis Hamilton stays out. And who else stays out with him? I think Max Verstappen is also stayed out. Max Verstappen. This is huge for the championship. George Russell. Is George Russell going to be jumped? Yes, he is. George Russell has been held. And he has been jumped by Charles Leclerc. It's an Italian 1-2. It's a Lamborghini 1, Ferrari 2. And George Russell 3. The Mercedes is 3rd. As we come across to the end, to the pit exit, you can see 6 people in front of us have stayed out. More notably, Lewis Hamilton, and the championship protagonist and the championship leader, Max Verstappen, has also stayed out. As we're just gonna go to the Camel Straight, you can see the Williams in front of us is gaining time on the straights, but down into sector 2, where it's gonna be immensely faster than the Williams. As you can see already down into the sector, we have already gained a second. Down here we go. And you can see we are already almost on the back of Logan Sargent. If we get a good exit, we're going to be past Logan Sargent as well. But this has to be a pinpoint perfection overtakes right now as we go past 1. Kevin Magnussen is up next. Kevin Magnussen, can we cop through him as well? A slight bit of hesitation. We are through into P5. Next up is Valtteri Bottas. We have to be quicker. We cannot let these guys hold us up, because right behind us is the Ferrari, who is also trying to catch us, and we're just carving through the field with us into tires. So it looks like it was not the best choice to stay out. They should have double stacked. Mercedes and Red Bull, they should have double stacked as the Red Bull comes in and the Mercedes also come in. Is Lance Stroll also gonna come in? Look at that. We are already caught up to Lance Stroll, and we are gonna take the lead of the race right about now. Valtteri Bottas also comes in, and Max Verstappen, he's gonna come out. He's gonna be behind Lewis Hamilton. Then where is he gonna filter out? His P8, P9, P10, P11, P12, P13 maybe even. As he comes around that to the exit, he's actually gonna come out P10 then P11, and Alex Albon, he might actually think about making a move on the sister team. What is Alex doing? What Ferrari? What is the Week Cup doing? He's side by side with his sister team. What is Red Bull doing? Red Bull needs to get on the comms quickly and tell Albon to not do that ever again. As Liam Lawson in the Williams tries to make a move on Alex Albon. Is he going to be through into sector 2 we go? He's ahead. He's ahead of Alex Albon. So as we switch back to our POV, then lap 5, look at the gap. 6 seconds is the gap to P2. This is what we wanted. This is what we should have had in the sprint race as well. We needed a wet race in the sprint race. This has been the best scenario that we could have imagined. P1, 6 seconds as we switch back to Max Verstappen. He's going to try to make a move on Esteban Ocon. He goes down the inside of Bonchima. Can he make the move as we go into Bonchima right about now? He does make the move, and he is a man on a mission because he has to catch up to at least P5 to make something of this. As we see our teammate locks up and he lets Lewis Hamilton by. What is he doing as we go into lap 6? Oh my god, what has Gasly done? Gasly was really slow, but he just lets Lewis Hamilton by. As we see Oscar Piastri also sizing up a move on our teammate who was already 4 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. Then he tries to make a move. He's going to go around the inside of the Camel Straight as we enter sector 2. Is he going to be ahead of our teammate? I think he is. He is going to go around the outside. Down the hill we go right about now. He is ahead. Our teammate falls down to P9. Then on the same lap again. What is he doing? Come on. Concentrate, Pierre. What are you doing? Again, he locks up and lets another championship protagonist through. Oh my god. He falls down to P10. And now Max Verstappen. Is the damage already done though? 6 seconds of gap to Lewis Hamilton. He's going to size up a move on Oscar Piastri. He's going to go around on the right of Oscar. Can he make the move stick? Or can he even make the move at all? As we enter sector 2. Yes, he has. They're still side by side, but yes, he has. He has made the move stick. But is the damage already done then? 6 seconds the gap to bridge now. As we go on to our POV on lap 10, you can see 10 seconds. 10 seconds. That's oh my god. And yeah, it's just crazy. 10 seconds in 10 laps. A second a lap faster than P2. This is what we want. This is the race that we have been desperately waiting for. Since we have not had the best of the races of us since Canada when we won the race. As we see lap number 12, Leclerc comes into the pit lane, so does George Russell. Who else stays out? I think that's Lewis Hamilton who stays out. Lando Norris stays out, and Max Verstappen also stays out. So they are gonna box with us on lap number 13. But Leclerc and Russell hoping for an undercut on us, but I don't think the undercut can happen at all. With 10 seconds, our teammate also comes into the pit lane. That's why our team is out in the garage. But, or not in the garage, the pit lane, I should say. But yeah, but Sergio Perez comes out right in front of, again, Alex Albon. He goes around the outside. Red Bull, what are you doing? He's ahead of a championship protagonist. What is Red Bull doing? They have to come on the comms and tell Albon to let Perez through as he goes around the left of Alex Albon. But what has Albon been doing? I would not be surprised if Albon is sacked on the next race. What has he done? He has ruined two championship protagonist races as we enter the pit lane. The gap 20 seconds. It's oh my god. We're gonna come out in P1. We're gonna come out in P1. You can see the tires. The tires are screaming. They're 40% wear. There's not as bad as they're not in country territory, but that's a lot of tire wear as we come into the pit lane. No problems on the stop, as well as Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen coming to the pit lane as we come around the exit of the pit lane. We're into P1, quite by quite a margin then. As Lando Norris, we can see, comes into the pit lane with Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen also coming in, so they will most likely also go on the intermediate tires. But oh my god, I cannot believe 10 seconds into the race lead we are in right now. But yeah, is Lewis Hamilton going to be jumped by anybody? No, he's not. He doesn't get jumped by the Mercedes. Where are they going to come out? Where are they going to filter out? The one lap that they stayed out a little bit longer. Lando Norris comes out behind Sergio Perez, and Lewis Hamilton comes out behind Fernando Alonso. So does Max Verstappen, and on lap number 16. What is gonna happen? Oh my god! Again, another lockup to let a championship protagonist through. Look, this time it's the most experienced driver on the grid, and lap number 17. Now it's Max Verstappen's turn on Fernando Alonso. He goes down the inside, going into sector 2. Can he make the move stick? He has to make the move stick right now. As we go down the hill, we go. Is he going to be ahead? I think he is. Yes, he is ahead of the Aston Martin. And now we switch back to our POV because nothing else happened on the entire race. As lap number 22, we are going to come across the line right about now. We're gonna win the race. The first time we're gonna win the race. The second time we're gonna win the race. 25 seconds.
Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
And with that, we wrap up yet another incredible Grand Prix weekend. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. Let's see how the driver's standings have changed. Well, not the result our points leader would have wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
I have to give it to the Grim Reaper.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So a great race then. We won the race by 25 seconds. The second time we won a race. and the best race we've had, I think, on our Formula One career, even better than the British Grand Prix, where we got second place, but comfortably second place. But oh my God, that was a race and a half. And the real winner in the championship battle, George Russell, now just 5 points behind, the championship leader Max Verstappen, with Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton just losing hope with 5 rounds to go. But the championship battle is heating up between Max Verstappen and George Russell then. But yeah, that was just a crazy race. And also, our championship battle has also been heating up with Carlos Sainz and with Charles Leclerc just being 20 points behind Charles Leclerc, just 10 points behind the other Ferrari. But yeah, in our team's championship, we're just in no man's land in P5 with McLaren in front of us and Ferrari even further, and Aston Martin behind us, who are nowhere near us. So really, team championship, constructor championship, it's a sealed deal, P5. But with driver standings, we have a lot to play for. We can get ahead of both the Ferraris. But yeah, with that, that's going to be it for me, guys. If you did like the video, please like, share, subscribe, do everything you want to do, and don't forget to hit the noti bell after you do subscribe. But until next time, bye.